To understand the frictional force, just you take one table. On that table, just you place one book. You place one book and gently push that book. Along which direction you applied a force, along that direction the book starts moving. When the book starts moving, you find out how many types of forces are acting on the book. You know, on any object, we have to find out along the x-axis and along the y-axis. You must find out. So first to find out what is the net force acting on the book. Generally, the weight of the book acts always towards downside, means gravitational force related to the masses. So the book has a mass, so the gravitational force is attracting the book, so it acts downward. So the mass of your body means will represent with the W. Gravitational force is acting downward direction, and the surface of this table exert a force on the book that which is acting in the upward direction, that will call it as normal force. So we have to represent with N. See, along the y-axis, the gravitational force and the normal forces, these two are acting on the book with the same magnitude, but in the opposite direction. One is downward direction, the other one is in the upward direction. So these two forces are equal strength, but they are acting in the opposite direction. So at that condition, when you find out the net force, you will get it as W minus N is equals to 0. When the net force is 0 along the y-axis, the object does not move along y direction. So that's why when you push a book, it is moving along the horizontal direction only instead of vertical direction. Why? Because the net force acting on the book along the y-axis is 0. Now coming to along the x-axis. Along the x-axis, when you are applying some force on the book to push it. So that applied force is acting along this direction. F, capital F or small F, you can take any. So the applied force is acting along this direction, and at the same time the surface of the table exerts some force on the book and in the opposite direction, then it acts along like this direction. So these two forces are also opposite, but they are not equal. Magnitude wise, these two are not equal. So when the two forces or the strength of two forces are not equal, then what happens? The net force is not equals to 0. When the net force is not equals to 0, obviously the object is having means it is having non-uniform motion. When your body is having non-uniform motion, either it has acceleration or deceleration. First, the book starts moving. When you push gently, it starts, means initially it has an acceleration. After some time, the book's speed is gradually decreasing and finally it comes to rest, means it has a deceleration. So on x-axis, when your body is moving non-uniform motion, either it has an acceleration or deceleration. Because of that, at that condition, you can find out the net force. So here, which force is more? Initially, applied force is more. Then afterwards, applied force is decreasing, frictional force is increases. Because of that, the book comes to rest.